Hey everybody, what's going on? It's build 13. We are going back into our core and glutes. These are such important foundational muscles that we need to constantly be checking in with and building. And so today that's what we're going to be working on. I'm going to have us go ahead and get geared up. Oh, grab a mini band for some leg work, of course. And then I'm going to use a 12 kilogram kettlebell for some of the work. And then make sure that you have a wall on the ready. It doesn't have to be a full wall. It could be a half wall, but we're going to be hitting up Captain Morgan's, putting our legs against that. All right, so let's go ahead, bring those arms all the way up. Inhale, twist to the right, and then hinge over that right leg. Inhale, bring your arms all the way back up. Twist to the left, and then hinge over your left leg. And then come all the way back up. Perfect. And then we're going to sink down into a low squat. I like to hinge side to side first. Gear up there. Perfect. And then just level off. Set those elbows inside your knees. Sit back on your heels. Take a few deep breaths. So push your hands together to kind of spread your knees out wide, and it'll also help lift up your chest. Create space between your ears and shoulders. Perfect. All right, we're going to rotate, or I'm going to rotate. You may already be this direction. Left leg forward, right leg back. We're going to hit just a little hamstring slide. Grab into that back hip flexor and your front hamstring. So depending on how long you've been working out, or especially how long you've been working with me, I talk a lot about your own self-flexions and being aware of your muscles flexing first and then adding in your weight or resistance. So that's really what we're going to be working on today, is really trying to find, switch your legs, core activation, and glutes. A lot of times in our society, in our world today, we're very quad dominant. So the quads are the upper muscles in the top of the leg. And a lot of times after a leg day, I'll get some feedback, oh, my quads are so sore. And I'm not super excited when that happens, because I really want us to focus on using the powerhouse of the legs, which are the glutes, and finding flexion in through the hamstrings. So we're going to work on finding those muscles today. So we are going to start off with some core work. What we're going to be doing is having 60-second sets, and I'm going to be showing you what's going to be happening. I am going to have us start with our band on, because we're going to be going into that pretty soon. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab a 60-second plank. From there, we're going to go into a 60-second body saw. So a body saw is where we're holding the plank and we're hovering forward and back on our elbows. Now, if either of those don't work for you, I'm going to show you what to do instead. For your plank, keep that band on, because I'm going to want you to have it on the ready. Slide the shoulder blades down, grab deep into that core, and just focus on drawing in those transverse abdominis. So if you were with us, especially on build day 1, we worked on this. You can hang out there, tightening up through those transverse abdominis, or if you'd like, you can also add in just pulling your knees up off the ground into a bear pose. But otherwise, just stay with the knees on the ground. That's totally fine. And then when we do our hover forward and back, I'm going to have you hit cat-cow. So whenever you hit your cat, really tighten up deep in through the abdomen. You're going to keep that core flexion going. Okay, so we're going to go 60 seconds of each. After that, we're going to do an isometric abduction or glute hold. Okay, and this little sequence I got from one of my favorite places to find work and ways to like help with injury or weaknesses. So the prehab guys are pretty amazing. YouTube, they have a ton of free content, and Instagram. So thank you, prehab guys, for helping me with this little sequence. So you're going to have your feet stacked, and you're going to put tension on your band, and we're going to hold it for an entire minute. Already, my glute is on fire. After the minute, we'll hit the other side. Then we're going to come back to this side and we're going to do abduction, so in and out, getting movement. If at any point you're not feeling the glute, I want you to stop the movement and go back to just the hold. So we're finding and focusing on the glutes. After that, we are going to go without our bands. So we're going to take the band off. I'm going to pause our timer, give us time, and we're going to hit that Captain Morgan. So here, what we're going to be doing is pushing into the leg that's away from the wall. So I want your knee to line with the toe, and then we're going to pull the other leg up against the wall, pulling the knee wide, pushing that other knee into the wall. So you're actually going to get more work on the outside supporting glute. 1 minute on the first side, 1 minute on the second. After that, we're just going to go into a light 1 minute goblet squat. Okay, so you can even go body weight. At this point in time, I will not have the band on, but I want us to really work on seeing if we can get that focus into the glutes in a squat. We squat a lot. I think that's where a lot of us end up getting our quads, so we're going to focus on the glutes. From there, we're going to do a single leg deadlift. So you're going to hinge forward, 1 foot on the ground, 1 foot will raise, and you're holding the bell in the opposite arm of the leg that's on the ground. Okay, we'll go 1 minute on one side, 1 minute on the other. All of that focused a lot on your glutes. So our first little bit is going to be with our core build, our core focus. So we're going to start off with just a held plank. Ready, set, and go. So bring your shoulder heads just up past your elbow crease. Tighten through that core, the rib cage. Create space between your ears and shoulders. Wrap around your thighs and flex through those glutes. And then see if you can find your core. So tuck and hold and grab up. If you find that you're more in your shoulders at this point in time with planks, take little breaks, roll the shoulders out, maybe take a couple cat-cow or a transverse abdominal draw from your hands and knees. Try to find flexion and awareness into the core, then go back into your plank. Tighten up. So we have 7 seconds. We're going to have to take a little bit of a further base. So we're going to walk our elbows forward just a bit. Stay tucked through that tailbone. So grab through the glutes, push yourself forward, and then slide back. We're here for a minute, so there's no point in rushing. Feel like your abdomen's pushing you forward and pulling you back. Keep your core nice and strong, of course, and keep your glutes flexed. So especially when you're in your longer base of support, where your elbows are in front of your shoulder heads, I find the more I can grab my glutes, then the more I feel flexion through my abdomen as well. 7 seconds. And time. All right, rotate onto your side. Put your feet together and lift the top leg off the bottom. Focusing on flexion in through that top glute. Focused. Build. We want to be able to place the work in the appropriate muscle groups. Little tucks, little shifts. Tighten, tighten, tighten. 20 seconds. Got some little shake going. That's good. Isometric contractions. That's a really good point and place to start to build muscle that's difficult to find. The upper back to support the shoulders, the core. Okay, flip. And go. Other side. Second side, I have a feeling Going to be a little bit tougher. There is some flexion in the bottom leg happening. Still grab flexion through the core, and then that glute. Sometimes getting a little tap, tucking, tapping. Wake up where you want to find the grab. Bring a little bit of feeling and awareness to the muscle. Lift up out of your neck. Glute, top glute. That's what we're going for. 7 seconds. We're going to flip the other way. Oh, shake. Oh, flip and go. Back to the top side. Hui. Remember, the goal is to get that glute. So if you're burning there, that's good. You're doing it right. Burning is good. Set into it. You got it. Hang tight. 13 seconds. It's not about how high you get that leg. It's about getting it in that glute. The in and outs, the up and down is actually nice. Get that little bit of break. All right. Here we go. Other side. Quick scan. Check in. What are you grabbing where? Good glute activation and health and build. Super healthy for the low back. It helps keep that low back happy. Helps us walk better, more appropriately. The glutes are that big muscle group that we should be incorporating and utilizing to our advantage. Most of what we do in life. 10 seconds. We'll take a little break, take the band off, and then move up to the wall. Time. All right, get rid of your band. We're going to go back into our yogi squat. Sit nice and low. Shift side to side. Level off in the middle. Take your right ankle, cross it over your left knee. Just sit into that figure 4 stretch real quick. Other side. Flex that top leg back toward your shin. Okay, so we're going to have our Captain Morgan each side, our squats, and then our single leg deadlifts. Okay, so plant into your foot that's away from the wall. Ready, set, and go. And then bring your other leg up and then push. So you're trying to push your legs apart. See if you can find your focus here on the outside leg, that pushing leg. You're not leaning your upper body against the wall. It's just that lower leg. Lots of core. Flex into that glute even more. You can find more flexion there, I promise. Kind of stick your butt back. Grip in. 10 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side. Plant into that foot. Drive it away. Glute. Remember glute, more than the quad, a lot more than the quad. So usually to get into the glute, it helps to kind of push your hips back. So even if I tuck under, you might not even tell. Everything kind of displaced out of the glute. So kind of push, rock your pelvis, push your hips back a little. Sit those hips. Find that glute. 4, 3, 2, and 1. That is super solid glute, even more than like a glute bridge. Finding more through those glutes as opposed to hamstring. Okay, next up we have our squats. So it's just going to be light squats. But I want you to find those glutes. So make little adjustments, make little changes along the way. Here we go. Sit back and down. You want your hips to drive back. You don't need to get a lot of reps. You need to get a lot of focus into the glutes. Open your knees out toward the pinky toe side of the feet. Grip in through those booty muscles. Push you up to the top. You've got it. Think about your build, that glute build, big muscle groups. Higher rev metabolism to keep those muscles going throughout the day. 3 seconds. Okay, we're going to go straight into our single leg deadlift. Find a spot on the ground, not moving, not super heavy. We kind of learned this in our last series, form and function. Sometimes it's better to start light to make sure you're getting into the right muscle group. Force yourself to self-flex to feel the heat first, and then work from there. Good job. Keep that long spine, that solid core. Woo. Focus that glute. I'm feeling it. I hope you are. Driving up through the heels helps so much. In a lunge, other side, in a squat. Lots of hinge, right? So the more that you hinge back, just like I was telling you in that Captain Morgan, make sure you're finding the glute. Stay away from your quad. It's there, that's good. But the glute is where we got that burn. Whee. Slight bend in your knee. Driving those hips back. Solid, solid core. You've got it. And time. Whew, okay. Nice job. Good glute find and warm up. We're done with our timer. We're going to grab just a little more core, and then we're going to move into a plyometric set. All right, so starting off, we're going to hit up a Ticktock plank and then oblique dips. So a side plank with a hip dip. We're going to go 10 of each twice through. If you do not Ticktock, I'm going to have you come back to those hands and knees, and you're going to twist shoulder to hip, side to side. I'll go this way too so you can see what it looks like. shoulder to hip. It's not a huge hip swing, but you're just clinching in through your obliques. Then from there, if you'd like, twist from knee and hand, and then hit your hip dips here. Or if that's still too much, stay on your knees, you're gonna hinge and pull here. All right, here we go. 2 rounds, elbows down, rotate side to side. 2, we're focused on that core. 5, so find the oblique, the abdomen, that transverse jaw, tucking in to support side to side. 9 and 10. Rotate over, go for range. 1, 2. 7, 8, 9, 10. Back over. 1, 2, 5, 8, 9, 10. Okay, one more round. Tuck it over. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8, 9, and 10. Turn to your side. Make sure you have a good stack. Try not to twist. 4, 5. Feel that oblique push you up. 9, 10. 5, 8, 9, 10. All right. Take a little break. We're going to hit a plyo set. So I want to still focus on getting into those glutes. You need to keep the core still active through the entire set. Protect your low back. Core is very, very important in that regard. So we're going to go for 6 minutes, just as many reps or sets as you can. We're going to hit up jump lunges or Mary Catherine's, 10 each leg. If you don't jump, you're going to lunge and tuck. Actually, erase that. I'm going to have you just hit an alternating lunge because later we're doing a propulsion lunge. You'll lunge and tuck. Then you're going to do a gate swing, 10 here. Okay, find those glutes at the bottom. Then you're going to push up through your inner thighs. Now we got our propulsion lunge. So you're going to lunge and jump, lunge and jump. Try to find that force, that explosion through the glute. You can lunge and tuck otherwise. And then you're going to do an in and out. Tuck your knees in, push out, in and out. If you don't do those, keep your head on the ground and you can hit dead bugs. 10 each side and go your own pace. Or you can just be done with your dead bugs when we're done with our in and outs. All right. 6 minutes and then we stretch. Ready, set, jump lunges, go. Please go for range. How low can you get that front leg? How far can you get that back knee down? 7, 8, 9, 10. Gate swings. Get nice and low, keeping your hips dropping while the chest stays up. 6, 9, 10. Are you focusing on those glutes? 2, 10. Hinge those hips back. Get a lot of hip hinge and that front hip. 8, 9, 10. Whew. Those are tough. All right. Low back in the ground. 1. And 10. All right. That took us 146. As you fatigue, as you get tired, as it gets old, think about what you're building. Are you getting stronger? More power. 8, 9. Where's that core? Keep it going. 10. Knees line with toes. 8, 9, 10. Hang in, come on. It's okay if you don't jump too high anymore. Let's try to keep it going. 9, 10. 4. Where are those glutes? Find your glutes. Don't just get through the motion. Get the grab that you want from it. Phew. Focus on your core. 10. As you squeeze in, bringing it all back together. Whew. Really dig in deep to that core. And 10. Come on. 10. Come on, little jumper. 9, 10. I'm maybe making it like 1/8 of an inch, but it's still getting up off the ground. 9, 10. Ooh, good glute grab there. Push into you're uncomfortable. Find those deeper grabs. We just have 7 seconds. Time. Okay. Oh, solid. Whee. Perfect, perfect. All right. Front of the mat. Separate those feet. Sit your hips nice and low. And then slowly lower back. Well done. Tug your knees into the chest. Straighten both legs up. Maybe grab a strap if you have a hard time getting your legs straight. Use the wall to help. I am still feeling my glutes. That's good. Super good. Pull your toes behind if you can. Tuck your chin. You can support your low back with your hands. Bend your knees and slowly roll forward. Roll on up to seated. We're going to start with a butterfly stretch. Pull your feet in, but not super far. So I want us to start with maybe a foot, the feet 6 inches to a foot out in front. Grab around those ankles or your toes. Pull the chest forward or up, and then pull forward. Maybe try digging those elbows into the knees, pressing them toward the ground a little. Okay, pull those feet in a little deeper. Grab around your toes, lift up the chest, and then pull forward. Maybe digging those elbows into the knees. My hope is that everyone is getting a lot better at recruiting the muscles they want. Okay, we are going to hit a little glute stretch from the top. Sometimes it's a little funky, but we'll do the best we can. So you're going to start with, let's see, I'll mirror you. So right leg forward, left leg is going to stack over the top. See if you can get your knees to stack. It's okay if not, just get as close as you can and keep working on it over time. Hinge over those legs. So you're going to feel your hamstring right now. I feel through the back or my calf, through my calf. Okay, pull your right foot back so that it's toward your opposite hip. And then let your feet kind of widen away from your body. Again, though, see if you can keep your knees pretty stacked. It may look more like this. That's okay. Just hinge forward. If you can get your knees to stack, keep your feet apart, like away from the body a bit. Push on them, keep them down, and then hinge forward. So you can get into that abductor, upper outer glute on the lower hip, the one that's on the ground. That was fun. That was a fun set. I cannot imagine what those propulsion lunges must have looked like. I swear I was getting off the ground, I promise. Okay, now your left leg straight in front. Right knee stacks on top of the right. Left knee, I'm mirroring. Right knee on top of the left. Just stack your knees. Lean forward, however it works. Okay, and then fold the bottom knee under. I know a lot of us show up to lose weight or to tone up or get ready for a vacation, but hopefully by now, and if not by now, the longer that you stay consistent over time, it starts to be even more motivating to hit your mat every day because you're feeling stronger, more energetic. You can leave your workout proud of what you accomplished. So even though my propulsion lunges weren't very high, I'm proud of the fact that I didn't really take breaks. I just wanted to push through those 6 minutes, built some sweat, and I really feel my glutes. Okay, unwind, and we're going to hit our pigeon. and call it a day. Start with your down dog. Get a little more stretch through those hamstrings. Let's pull our left leg forward first. How are you doing with your pigeon? Are you getting your hips lower to the ground? So if your left leg's forward, watching that left hip, see if you can get it all the way down, but then look at your right hip and make sure that it's not angling up. So the edge of your hip, the bony part on the side, should be pointing straight away from you, not up toward the ceiling. Plant into your hands, big wide fingers. And then let's go back to our down dog. Take a deep inhale, exhale, bring your leg forward, right knee to right wrist, walk your back knee back. Make sure that those hips are squared off, and then settle in. As we've been working on different builds, what do you feel like you're noticing needs a little more building? Where should you revisit, maybe go back and hit one of our build days a couple more times? Supplement if you have an extra half hour after or before another session. Keep hitting it up, going back. All right, plant into those hands. Walk your hands back to your feet. Let's hang over those legs a quick second. Fantastic job, everybody, as always. Thanks for doing it with me. I'll see you tomorrow.